Point the gun as though it were an extension of your arm. And keep both eyes open. Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes?
We would like you to go ahead with this one.
Nobody lives forever.
The Mechanic is the film that made Charles Bronson a bona fide star in the U.S. at the age of 51. He'd been increasing in popularity in French and Italian films, and his overdue debut as the lead in an American film allowed director Michael Winner to present him in The Mechanic as a fully formed persona, weathered and seasoned by decades of life experience. He appears in this film as a walking conundrum, a hardened loner who is still capable of longing and sentiment. The Mechanic's original screenplay by Louis John Carlino, author of Seconds and The Brotherhood, explores the world of professional contract killers. Bronson's character, Arthur Bishop, lives a solitary life in a bleak world, beautifully established in the film's famous 15-minute wordless opening sequence depicting Bishop's meticulous execution of an assassination job. Aside from a mention of Bishop's father having been a respected member of the underworld, there is no backstory on his life or what shaped his personality. As we pick up Bishop's story, it doesn't seem like he's lost his touch at all, but he is obviously hitting a midlife crisis where years of isolation are taking their toll. His home is decked out like the Playboy Mansion, but it's strangely dingy and joyless. There is a pinball machine that it's hard to imagine he or anyone else ever using. He patronizes a call girl regularly to simulate a longed-for but impossible love life. And his only real pleasure seems to come from admiring the prominently displayed Bosch paintings on his wall. He starts to experience panic attacks, and if only unconsciously, he's begun to sense that he has no more control over his life than the leopard tied to the leash held by the crime bosses who employ him.
An organization survives only because its members are willing to sacrifice certain personal choices for the good of all. A very democratic principle, Mr. Bishop. We survive because we have this rule. What you or I want is unimportant.
Bishop breaks his profession's code by taking on an apprentice, the handsome son of his latest victim, a boy named Steve McKenna, as played by Jan-Michael Vincent.
Arthur, this is my son, Steve. Steve, this is Mr. Bishop.
Hi, how are you?
Bishop simultaneously wants to enjoy some human connection in his life and to pass on his secrets and expertise to a surrogate son of his choosing.
I've always been interested in primitive rituals like tucking the dead away.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
Glory be to the Father, Harry McKenna,
Our brother Harry
fixer extraordinaire, pusher, pimp, thief, arsonist.
Let us commend him.
You liked him a lot?
Oh yeah, he was my kind of man.
Steve is clearly the younger and faster version of Bishop, who knows that it's his destiny to be supplanted by an up-and-coming rival, as in any other business.
And you seem to have the aptitude.
You do this for money?
Money is paid, but that's not the motive. Has to do with standing outside of it all on your own. I'm going to teach you all I can.
Screenwriter Carlina was unhappy with the film's censoring of the sexuality underlying Bishop's interest in Steve, but this element is still there in subtle form. The lingering looks between the two and the bonding through physical prowess and fitness are enough to suggest an attraction that intrigues and endangers both of them. As the older Bishop takes the sociopathic Steve under his wing, even while Steve's cold ambition is barely concealed, leading to a Darwinian showdown that feels inevitable despite its tragedy. In this early film, Bronson was ambitious as an actor and not resting on his laurels. He was brave in portraying Bishop's many vulnerabilities, such as his exhaustion from stress and his sheer loneliness. Ironically, Death Wish might have been a better title for this film, as Bishop's increasingly reckless actions suggest that he may be setting all of this up as a way to check out on his own terms, at once satisfying his need to let someone into his life, while hiding the fact that he isn't really letting his guard down at all. He may not know how Steve will betray him, but his wariness of human nature guarantees to him that brotherhood is impossible in their world.
Hey, man, this is getting just a little bit hairy.
Yeah. I'm going to try something.
Michael Winner was a gifted journeyman director whose flair for action and dramatic camera work make his films compelling, even as they're slightly held back from greatness by his archness and cynicism. He obviously had a great rapport with Bronson, whom he directed in a total of 6 films. And the two men seemed to complement without stretching each other, and arguably each of their best work is found in their collaborations. Like the more provocative Death Wish, The Mechanic is a model of the hard-edged, unaffected 70s crime thriller of which Bronson became the most iconic star.
Bang, you're dead.